Awe of all of these amazing people that I have the privilege of being connected to. So I'm just going to ask you to start by taking a moment to look around you right now. Look around you at all of the beautiful faces of all of these people that have come here today to share this experience with you from all over the world. I feel completely privileged to have heard from our 7 amazing celebrants today. And I know you saw me out there, but I was still listening. I could hear them. And I feel very humbled to stand here today and to make my offering, to bathe you in words and images, ideas and experiences that I have collected over time from you, from my students, my colleagues, my mentors, my guides, from my family and friends, and my clients. There it is, okay. And I'm also overjoyed to introduce you today to 11 of my students. I think it's 11, maybe 10 now, because one is lost in space. And hopefully we'll find him before tomorrow. So 10 of my amazing students who are now our new colleagues. And I will also have the privilege of including 2 of my own mentors in this hybrid ritual experiential workshop presentation thing that we're all about to do together, called Gathering at the Well, Care and Sustenance of the Celebrant. This is really odd. I always hold, no, I have a lavalier. I usually have a lavalier. I don't usually do this. Okay. I'm adjusting. Our work as celebrants provides us with the opportunity to listen deeply and give voice to the poignant stories that are entrusted to us, which is what we've been hearing about all day. And in doing so, we bear witness to life in all of its glory, pain, and strife. We witness the full spectrum of human emotions and human experience. We honor the ability to transform, and in the process, we are transformed ourselves. This is the gift of celebrating life. So my question is, how do these stories impact us personally? We've heard some examples of that today. In some cases, we feel deeply inspired, or even find healing for a part of ourselves. And sometimes it is through our interactions with our clients that we relearn important lessons about our own self-care, or we learn new lessons about our lives. And sometimes our interactions with our clients are challenging. I love teaching and practicing as a life cycle celebrant. It is a privilege, a true privilege, and I always tell everyone it's the greatest job. And they look at me and they don't even really know what that word is, and I say it's the best job on earth. And I believe with this privilege comes the responsibility for taking care of ourselves so that we can continue offering our presence and our guidance, that magnificent spirit of Tony, our own unique gifts with integrity, awareness, and joy. And I am passionate about supporting you and all other celebrants in taking good care of yourselves. I believe regular practices for personal sustenance enable us to continue feeling good about our work, to enjoy our own lives in the process, which is key, and to continue providing excellent, high-quality, creative, and connected ceremonies for our clients. So this is what inspired my recent research, which I endeavored upon last summer. I decided to survey some of our most seasoned celebrants, and I decided to embark upon a series of in-depth interviews with psychotherapists, spiritual directors, meditation teachers, yoga teachers, spiritual guides, clergy. I even called the founders of the Universal Brotherhood, Rick and Jeannie Prigmore, who are amazing and wonderful people. And all of this manifests in the class that I'll be teaching this fall, Care and Sustenance of the Celebrant, and this presentation today. And we'll see what else happens with it. So in this process, I feel very grateful to have learned about the many unique challenges that we face as celebrants. And that's why I embarked upon it in the first place, because I was feeling some challenges, right alongside all of the joy, right alongside feeling this is the greatest job on earth. I was like, this is also a really hard job. So I decided to learn a little bit more about how I could take better care of myself, and what better way to learn than by asking people how they take care of themselves. So I learned a lot. And I became really intrigued by the diverse and creative ways that people go about taking care of themselves, coming mindfully into the present moment and filling their own well of inspiration. We are, as you know, all completely unique and varied, just like our clients. We have different life situations, different life paths. We have various backgrounds, personal and professional experiences, and we have differing beliefs. But what we have in common is our humanity and our desire to make a difference in the world through the art and practice of ceremony. So today I'm going to invite you to pause. It's the end of the day, but I'm going to ask you to pause anyway and ask yourselves how you currently take care of yourself and nurture yourself in this new or continuing work as a celebrant, and share ideas for enhancing your own self-care. So what we're going to discuss briefly is the purpose of personal care and sustenance practices. Why do we do it? Why is it so important to take care of ourselves? Why is it important to take care of ourselves specifically as a celebrant? And then I'm going to share a nice little survey of examples with you, and also invite you to plunge into yourself a little bit and think about this yourself as well. Our own personal rituals may be as varied as we are, but we can learn from and inspire each other. And this is what I've experienced in this year-long process of talking to all these people. So I begin by inviting you to join me in a timeless tradition, gathering at the well. There it is. Joining the large circle of relatives and ancestors that are part of our collective histories. Throughout time, the well has been a gathering place, a place to come to share our stories, our pain and struggles, to receive healing, advice, and wisdom, and a place to celebrate. And the well, like love, is deep and mysterious, ancient and enduring. Legends abound about the healing powers of the well and the water it contains. And of course, the well contains the most basic sustenance of all, water. Water is a universal symbol of purification and cleansing, healing, rebirth, and renewal. So I would like to invite you all to dip into the well and find your own wellness. That's where the metaphor came from. Okay, so today our beautiful well is this blue pottery bowl that was given to me by my very dear friend Ellie for my 40th birthday ritual. And then I had the privilege of using it in a ceremony for Ellie, and it's now since been used in many ceremonies, and so I bring it here to share with you today. So this is our well, and it's filled with rose water, which smells so yummy, and rose petals. And I would like to invite my student Terry Farrow from Ohio to join me now to be our well bearer. So this is what's going to happen. Terry is going to pass the well around for each of you to dip into. When the well comes to you, take a moment to gaze into it or dip your fingers into it, or smell the water, whatever you want to do in that moment. And reflect on anything that you would like to cleanse yourself of in this minute to be more fully present. What's going to help you be more fully present for the rest of the day? If you would like, you can imagine that you're dipping your fingers or hands into one of those sacred wells. And you can go ahead and pass the bowl, Terry. And what I would like you to do is hold the bowl for the person next to you, and then pass it on, and you'll hold it for the next person. And we're going to let the bowl go all the way around the room for the rest of our ritual, hybrid, experiential workshop presentation. And you can take as much time as you'd like at the well. Just as we begin our client ceremonies by creating sacred time and space, we can do the same for ourselves. In this intentional space, we can let go of the distractions of everyday life, if only for a moment, and potentially connect ourselves on a deeper level, coming into the present moment. Karine Vigel, did I say it right? Yes. Our new colleague from Provence, France, shared that for some, candles denote literal enlightenment, to see on a deep level that which has been concealed from view. So now I would like to invite our own two magnificent beacons of light, Charlotte Eulette and Cindy Reed, to join me in lighting this candle now for all of us. So you can stand. So Cindy and Charlotte, before you light that, I want you to notice that this votive holder is fashioned in the shape of a circle of people with outstretched arms. And that is what you have created for all of us. And all across the US, Canada, Mexico, the UK, France, and Spain, a circle of celebrants with outstretched arms is shining light from their hearts. You have brought us all together. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. And shed, you have brought us all together and shed your light on our path. And we are all grateful for that.
There's one person missing up here. Would Gail Sarma please come on up?
Gail, thank you.
Gail's our founder. We wouldn't be here without her.
So as we hold this candle, we call upon those members of our celebrant family who are not here with us today, and our collective ancestors who have paved the way for us and enabled us to share this day in spirit. May they be present in our hearts sharing this moment. So I'm going to ask Gail to raise the candle. And let us join in our hearts with these powerful words by Carter Hayward. You can close your eyes if you'd like, or you can just focus your attention on the candle. And let us imagine the power of love to heal and encompass all. Let us imagine the possibility, the value, the goodness, and the joy in this healing. Let us envision ourselves moving through fear to participate in creating and liberating, blessing and transforming one another and ourselves. Thank you.
That's a good big hug. Okay.
So the next time you're alone at your personal altar or in your office or at the dinner table and you light a candle, perhaps you will remember this moment and you will be reminded that you are not alone, that there is this magnificent lineage of love and wisdom that surrounds you and is available to you to guide you on your path. So the person that isn't here is Raphael, and Raphael was going to play his Huaca flute for us. And Raphael is a shamanic musician who's traveled all around the world learning from diverse indigenous cultures about the art of healing, ritual, and ceremony. And he is a most delightful and gold-hearted person. And we'll meet him tomorrow. And Raphael creates concert ceremonies with indigenous instruments, including one of his favorites, which is the chambered Huaca flute. And Huaca means sacred place or sacred instrument. Raphael is part of an ancient lineage of artisans that have made clay instruments for thousands of years. And he is one of only a few people in the world that is known to make these multiple chamber clay flutes. So it's pretty special. And Raphael was going to play that flute for us today. So I'm going to ask you all to imagine that you are hearing the most celestial, heart-rending whispering of the ancients, which Raphael calls the ancestral song that reminds us of our way home. Many of you know that sage has long been known as a powerful herb for promoting emotional health and environmental well-being. When burned, it is said to promote cleansing and purification. And this is called smudging. Yeah. I would like to invite my dear new colleague, you're a colleague. You're a one-of-a-kind colleague. Cianne Emerton Larson, who hails from the prairies of Nebraska, where she lives on the land pioneered by her great-great-grandparents. And she's going to join me now. So you can take your thing. Cianne has studied with medicine woman Ava White Desert Eagle, who taught her the smudging ritual that she practices. Cianne is going to tell us about this practice.
Thank you. It's a delight to be here, and I have feathers flying. Well, I bring with me sage from our prairie, which I mailed to myself here. My husband was concerned that the TSA would have an issue, so it was interesting to mail sage to myself here. Anyway, and I bring the conch shell, and then my favorite, really, are these red hawk feathers, which are getting worn now. Our oldest son, who lives in Boston and is here this weekend, found these for me when he was 10 years old in our backyard near my sweat lodge. And he knew they would thrill me, so he came into the house, and I remember it like yesterday, with a gift of lots of red hawk feathers. There's more than these, but I chose these to use as my sage wand. And so it's just really deep joy to share them with you all today, the story of the feathers and the sage. And it's a personal ritual I enjoy doing frequently. When I studied with the medicine woman, Eva, she taught us, there was a group of us women studying with her, preparing for a vision quest in Ohio. And she taught that the art of smudging is to be done with clear intent to purify, cleanse, release, and to set that intention prior to the act of smudging. So actually, I don't speak words when I When I smudge, I set the clear intention in my heart, and it's done in silence then. After I usually remember, hopefully, to smudge with the 4 directions in mind: Father Sky, Mother Earth, then smudge myself, and then others and the sacred space with the intent to cleanse. So that's what I'm sharing today, but we're not allowed to burn this sage, unfortunately. But it'll be going home with Deb as a little gift, so you can burn it. Go ahead.
So what we're going to do is symbolically smudge the space. And in a moment, Sienna is going to circle our gathering and symbolically cleanse the energy here. And as she does so, I invite you to imagine the smoke wafting throughout the air and carrying with it anything that you desire to let go of, so that you can come fully into this moment and connect more deeply with yourself with a clear heart and an open mind. So I would like to invite you now to become aware of your body resting in the chair beneath you, allowing your weight to be fully supported. Feel your feet firmly planted on the floor. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes or soften your gaze. And become aware of your breathing, noticing when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out, without trying to change anything, just noticing. Become aware of the parts of your body that move as you breathe. The rise and fall of your belly, the expansion and contraction of your rib cage and your lungs, become aware of the temperature of the air as you inhale and exhale. And now become aware of your heart beating in your chest. And your blood pulsing through your veins. These are the signs of your vitality. The same stream of life that runs through your veins night and day runs through the world and dances in rhythmic measures. So what is a sustenance ritual? In our celebrancy classes, we define sustenance rituals as those mindful, intentional acts that we can perform with regularity, which have the potential to transform us emotionally. Taking time for yourself in a mindful manner offers you the opportunity to cultivate a bodily felt sense of peace. Does anyone feel just a little quieter and more peaceful now? A sense of calm and well-being. Moments of stillness and quiet offer us the solitude to connect with ourselves on a deeper level, and in doing so, to connect with the source of inspiration, whatever that is for you. Self-care practices enable us to be grounded and centered in our lives and in our work, to be at ease with all that is, all of that emotion, all of those stories, all of those possibilities, all of those challenges, all of that pain, all of that joy, to be with ease with all that is, and to act from a place of compassion and acceptance. My student and our new colleague, Judy Govey, who lives in a log cabin near the western border of Maine, commented that daily meditation enables her to connect with her center and all that's out there. My student, Michelle Smith, our new colleague in none other than Asheville, North Carolina, says, ritual helps me remain mindful of this moment and of my intentions for my life. I gain authority. I know my own why, and I return to my source of power, my spiritual center. And in my own practice of authentic movement, I experience an embodied sense of myself. This practice helps me to cultivate deep listening and deep compassion, and a connection to my authentic voice so that I can live with more truth, integrity, and purpose. This practice invites me to open, soften, awaken, and accept what is. When I ask my clients, where is your sacred spot? A place you feel most connected, most at peace, or most inspired. Many of them respond by sharing their experiences in nature, as do many celebrants. Spending time in the natural world enables us to experience awe and beauty all the time, all throughout the day, and connects us with that life force energy that pulses within us and all around us. By connecting with the natural world, we become more aware of the natural cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And we can use this awareness in our work with clients. I went ahead one. Judy shared several gorgeous photos with us, like this one, where she's walking along the beach. And she commented that she often feels the presence of spirit in nature and is blessed to live in such a beautiful natural area. Several of my clients have chosen ceremony sites with vast and expansive vistas, and they tell me that that's why they chose that spot, because it was vast and open and spacious, or because it was next to the ocean. I have a visceral sense when I'm in a space like that, and that's actually my photo. For me, it creates a sense of openness, possibility, and expansiveness within. And this is a photo of my favorite rocks at Halibut Point in Cape Ann, Massachusetts, where I've meditated on many life-changing